Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. I'm SoulSilver and I'm a Pokemon ROM hacker. In this video, I'm going to be going over how I made the Fleur Garden, which is an area in my new SoulSilver hack where you can only find fairy types. So I spent a lot of time making new pink and purple assets for this game, and here I'm filling in a rough outline of the way I want this forest to look. And so in the beginning here, I'm figuring out how to place down these tiles. They're at the wrong height, so I have to fix them up a little bit. And now I'm going to be laying down my path. The idea here is to have some sort of very pink, aggressively pink forest where you can find only fairy types, and there should be lots of flowers and lots of pretty decorations, and hopefully a fun little gimmick for exploring the woods, and you'll see that near the end of the video. So here I am showing some of my progress. I'm trying to figure out some of the new assets I need to make for this, because I realized that the green grass doesn't really go with the rest of the pink assets. And so the idea here is I'm recoloring and basically retexturing everything to be purple and pink. And this takes up quite a bit of time. I really don't want to have any clashing colors with any of the green, and you'll see this pathway doesn't look great, and I have to recolor over it so that I can put in the new one, which is entirely purple and slightly lavenderish, I guess you could call it. And so now I'm adding my other trees in, and these are the trees that we're going to be able to walk on top of, and so that's the gimmick of this forest. I'm also trying to figure out what I want to do with these really obnoxiously bright magenta trees, since they are kind of an eyesore, but I like the contrast. And so I'm figuring out what I want to do here, and I'm trying to make some sort of a maze, but it doesn't really work too well when you consider that there's a massive path bringing you straight through the forest. So instead, I come up with this idea of using these logs that are diagonally pointed upwards that will allow you to walk on top of the treetops. And so you can just kind of see I'm playing around with rotating them, and now if you take the tunnel that little log makes, you can get on top of the trees. So this was, I think, I think this is a pretty novel idea. I don't think anyone's ever let you walk on top of the treetops before, so I'm hoping that it's at least intuitive enough for the player to understand what's going on. And now I'm making a little walkway that allows you to get to another part of the map. And so we're kind of putting these tree logs on top of these posts that are dug into the ground. And this is a little bridge from treetop to treetop, which I think is pretty cool. And you'll be able to walk straight through it. And now I'm trying to add in more details, because having a monotonous tile set without much detail, like you see here, I have a little bit of greenery, which makes, which pops to the eye a little bit. It's nice to look at. I really enjoy some contrasts and features in different parts of the game. So here I'm adding some water in, and I was a total bumpaquat here and just completely forgot about putting water down. I've done this so many times, and I messed it up so many times here. I got very frustrated. But here I am duplicating a bunch of tiles, making some more purple assets so that we can mesh it well with the rest of the forest. Here I am trying to figure out what the heck's going on with the water. Eventually I get it to work, and now it's time to start decorating. I'm going to add a couple more details to the forest. Here I am still trying to figure out what the heck to do with these magenta looking trees, and I figure out what I want to do with them. And so I'm going to have them leading up to the water over here. We're going to have a static encounter with Tapu Fini. So obviously Water Fairy is Tapu Fini's type, and it makes sense that it would be isolated in this little part of the woods where it's got its own special corner, and there's these, ridiculously purple trees that, guard it or whatever. And here I am working on another little section where you get to walk on the treetops, and I got very concerned with the polygon count here. I actually reached the threshold and pretty early, and so I had to go back later and cut back on some of the tiles that I put down, and but that was only in the bottom right hand corner of the map. And so here I'm putting some more purple flowers down. I really want to go over the top with this. This is supposed to be extraordinarily lush fairy paradise where there's lots of flowers, lots of pink, lots of purple. It's only going to be one area of the entire game, so I want to go all out. And here is a look at the final result. So lots of fun things to climb on, and it's going to be plenty of NPCs and events and things to do here, so it'll be pretty great. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to be doing more time lapses like this, so if you would like to subscribe and see more, feel free to do that. Don't have to if you don't want to, but I've been SoulSilver, and I will see you in the next video.